Hey folks, this is BestInSlot, and in order to round off our evening of Camp Cretaceous Season 3 milking, shall we say, what we're going to do here is we're going to analyse and break down the teaser trailer. Now this is only a baby of a trailer, only 42 seconds, it's like a little bumpy when he first came out, but in trailer form, and not quite as cute, because nothing is. Anyway, so we're going to break down the entire trailer. It shouldn't take too long, but I'm going to play through it first, just for all of you who may have missed it, and so I get to, see it myself again, basically. Let's go. And there we go. So, really exciting. Obviously, just a very small glimpse at what we can expect. As with Season 2 of Camp Cretaceous, I'm sure we'll get thrown tons of clips in the build-up to Season 3, so we'll look out for those. But we can look at what we have here so far. We open here on Isla Nublar then. There's a pteranodon flying off into the distance, maybe, partially leaning into Jurassic World Dominion and this freedom of the animals. The stegosaurus just grazing, having a nice time. But the important thing, just listen to what's going on. That's fine, that's just setting, and now listen to the music. I get Stranger Things vibes from that, but it's definitely dark, it's a little bit edgy, it's, for Camp Cretaceous, it's a little bit on the angry side, a little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Also, every time I see this logo, it makes me think of playing the Lost World game on PS1, and it makes me sad. And happy. It's good old ET. So there we have the release date, staggeringly soon, May 21st, earlier than most of us were expecting, less than, well, just over 2 months to go, I should say. But barely. This clip right here is, of course, the clip we saw from Season 2, towards the end of Season 2, actually at the very end of Season 2, Kenji's there screwing around with all the buttons, and he inadvertently lets E750 out. What I'm assuming happened, really, because we can hear the glass beginning to crack, if you just listen. There. So, the coolant is being pulled away. That's what was keeping E750 in stasis. I know it's called the Scorpius Rex, but I prefer E750 for some reason. So this coolant was keeping E750 in stasis, and then when that's pulled away on this control panel thingamajiggy, then E750 wakes up and obviously has to break out of his containment. It is worth noting again that this is not what it looks like on the poster. I just think that's unusual. Sammy and Brooklyn there. Don't have anything to say about that, but they're seeing something spooky. Sammy and Brooklyn turn around, they've seen the smashed container, I'm assuming at this point, although it could be a little bit of trickery, but if we let it play, just listen to the growl as well that's about to come in. They're looking at the smashed containment facility. Now, I just want to point something out here. I mentioned this several times, I mentioned this on the poster one as well, but look at the bottom of this container. It's got like a square rectangle thingamajiggy, a rectangle, poking out at the front, and then there's the wires at the side, and then obviously the glass in the middle. Compare that to the image from Season 2, and it is legitimately different. There's no grate here at the back either, is there? I don't believe. The grate is still there, so it seems they've redesigned the tank between seasons. Or, this is unlikely, maybe there's more than one tank. That seems unlikely, but I'm just saying, the tank is very clearly different in design. It may be that for some reason, I can't fathom what that reason would be, they wanted to redesign the tank for Season 3. Now maybe that's just because they want to bring a toy out or something, and they thought this would be an easier design to replicate, and it is a little simpler, I would say, maybe, although the top is a little bit complex. It's just interesting that they would even think to do that in the first place. I don't know, there's like a 1% chance that that's important. I also really like the growl it makes. Now, we heard it at the end of Season 2, and it had a very high-pitched, almost shrieking noise, very Indoraptor, Indominus Rex-esque. Maybe this is an attempt to move away from that, because It's like this long, drawn-out, guttural growl. It doesn't have that alien-esque, high-pitched note that we often associate with both the Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex. This is its own separate creature. Maybe it's going to have a little bit more of a threatening persona. Anyway, it's very spooky. See, I say that, and then immediately the thing bloody screeches. So it's nice that it can play up both facets. Let's listen to that again, though. That is a shriek of pure ferocity, anger, almost pained in sound. This creature is going to break out and cause absolute havoc. It has to be killed or contained before the events of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom happen, because you can't just have this massive hybrid wandering around the island that we never see. So I'm really curious how they're possibly going to deal with this thing. And I suspect it will take more than one season, but we'll see. Then, so we're outside, we're in the rain, there's a lightning strike, hits on a tree, so that's cool. We're going to get a nice stormy environment. Maybe we'll even get a twister, a tornado. They are kind of, it's funny because I associate tornadoes very heavily with, I'd call them twisters because of the games, I'd associate them very heavily with Jurassic Park, but there's no real reason for that to be true. There hasn't been one in the films, but Jurassic Park Operation Genesis has them, Jurassic World Evolution has them. It would be a pretty cool way to make this tropical paradise and really mix it up and shred things even more before the events of Fallen Kingdom. Anyways, tropical storm, lightning strike, fire, and then we finally get our very first ever in-show glimpse at this brand new creature. It's hard to take too much away from this. We know it has red eyes, which is mildly terrifying and definitely going to lead to some really cool horror-focused moments. It looks like it has a brown tinge to the skin, but that could well be just the light from the flames. I wouldn't be surprised if it does, though. Did we have any rumours about the colour? So I don't know. It could be brown, it could be, you know, it's got some Rex DNA in there, I'm sure, and they're going to want to differentiate it from both the Indoraptor and the Indominus Rex. So making it white or black, I could see being a bad idea. It's also a Scorpius Rex, and if you think of a scorpion, I think the most default colour people associate with scorpions is brown, so, you know, maybe that makes a lot of sense. Either way, look at that little, just watch the darting of the pupil. So look at that. Everything is so cool. Just the pupil. That little quick, sudden movement. I don't know. It's very Jurassic Park. It's very bird-esque. I love it. Also, why is he just staring at the fire? Is that important? Has he now discovered fire? Is this how dinosaurs take over the globe? They discover fire and they go through the Stone Age and then all the other ages and they take over the world and they learn to fathom tools and such. I suspect not, but it is cool that he's gone outside, he's seen this fire, and it's clearly fascinating to this creature. You've got to remember, this creature's never been outside of the lab before. It was created in the lab, it's created in a tank. It doesn't necessarily know what's food, what's friend, what's foe, what's dangerous. You know, there's no reason for it to believe that fire is inherently dangerous. So maybe that fascination with the world and its ignorance of the world could play a part in the story of Camp Cretaceous Season 3. Maybe that's how they end up defeating it. I don't know. We're all very speculative right now. It's hard to talk much about a 42-second trailer, but I've managed it. Yeah, I'm just really excited. I think it's going to be really, really cool. There's not too much to go, but it does say it was very, very decidedly E750 is going to be a big focus of Season 3. Now, I think that's what we expected, but it's good to have that in a slight confirmation. I cannot wait to see what this creature looks like. I really can't. It's going to be a long 2 months. Okay, right, that's it for tonight. I'm sure we'll talk more about Season 3 very soon. Hope you've all had a lovely day. Hope you're all excited. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What part of Season 3 are you already most excited for? I'll see you lovely folks next time. Thanks so much for joining me. Cheers much love as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.